Okay. Hey, you guys, it's Rachel. So Reese is not here yet, but she will be. Both of us are, you'll have to excuse us, but both of us were not really used to doing, to getting ready. I'm going to have to move this thing. I need to lift it up.
You guys are fashionably late.
Is that what that is? Fashionably late? Savannah says we're fashionably late. If we were in Italy, we wouldn't even be late. That's the funny thing. All right. There's no such thing as being late over there. I like that. All right. So I'm gonna try to move this without it killing the live stream. I'm notorious for doing that. Ooh, I think I got it. Did I get it? Ooh, I did. Okay. Did that work? Okay. All right. I think we're good. So when she does come in, it'll be on here. Savannah, give me the whatever. Let's see here. What's the intro song on your videos? I don't like to tell people because I don't want anybody taking it. I found it off of a website that does like copyright free music or whatever for stuff like this. I mean, it's not copyright free. I had to pay for it, but I don't want anybody taking it because before I knew kind of like about YouTube and stuff like that, I watched some people and I got really used to their songs. And then whenever I saw other people using them, I was like, oh, they stole their music. And I didn't realize that it was just like free music on YouTube. And I think that people really learn to associate an individual with their intro music. And so thank you, ma'am. Whenever I got mine, I did not want anybody knowing. Yes. I did not want anybody knowing what mine was. Do you mind putting the yellow light on to see if that helps?
Yeah. It might go dark for a second in order to do this.
Okay, so I didn't want anybody knowing what my intro, that's better, yeah. What my intro music was for that reason. So yeah. So anyway, so that's not me being mean or anything. That's just me being like, it's me being possessive, as Savannah says. So.
My coffee is done. Now I can go hide in her room with the dog.
Yeah, Savannah's gonna go hide in my room with the dogs. So yeah. Don't know if y'all can tell. I changed my color again. It's more of a I don't know. It's more of like a crimson red. I had more of a natural color, and then it got really hard to find it got really hard to find that color or whatever. So what was that?
I was trying to throw it on the counter and it got caught on my fingers. Your old loofah.
Yeah. Oh my god, you're so funny. Hey Zoe. Hey Zoe, my baby Zoe. So anyway. All right. Making my coffee. So anyway. There's the Reese. Hey there.
Hello. I dialed in to Skype.
Oh, you did? Oh shoot, I just saw it. Let me take a look here and see Skype. Here you are. Give me a call when you're back. What? Call. Video call. Okay.
I'm calling you. I don't know what's going on.
Bro, I don't know either.
Oh my god. I just answered. Hello.
Yep, I got you, girl.
Okay.
So you look beautiful.
Thank you.
I think I need to mute. Can you call, or let me call you on the Alexa, because that's always better for volume.
Okay.
Okay. Boom. And then we're gonna mute. Alexa, call Reese Justice.
Calling Reese Justice is mobile. Hello.
All right. Go ahead and mute yourself on this one.
Woo.
Yeah. Yeah. Mute your Skype. There you go.
All right, there we go.
Perfect.
There we go. I thought I muted. I'm sorry, everyone.
You're fine.
Hello.
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 So I've just been entertaining them with stories of coffee. Let me see here.
I need some coffee. Hey, Terry. Hey, Bill, Lammy. Hey, people. I'm alive. I'm here. I'm alive. I know they thought like I just dropped off the tip top of the earth.
Alrighty. Thank you, Heather. I know I used to do makeup tutorials. I still will. I've just been like so busy lately that I haven't really had the time, but I have every intention of getting back into it for sure. Reese, I don't like how my thing is got a white spot on you. Move your big old butt, preacher. Hold on one sec. Preacher, move.
I don't know. Oh, I see that big white spot on my head. I see it.
Yeah, it's like, so the problem is that Savannah, come here.
Hello. Hey, guys. How are you guys doing? I'm still alive.
Do me a favor, and grab like maybe we can actually, you know what, I think I've got it. I think is it still there, Reese? Can you see it?
See what?
It's gone. It's gone.
Okay.
Hey, Savannah, you look pretty. I love your hair.
Thank you. Do you want a puppy?
Do I want a puppy? No, thank you, but I appreciate the offer. Girl, I don't need a puppy right
Guys,
now.
you know, we are a hot mess. I'm on chocolate time, like all the time. If we're ever late, it's because of me.
No, it's totally my fault too. I was not prepared, y'all. It had just been so long since I'd done it. You know what I mean? That's the problem. Yeah, it had just been way too long, y'all. So
it's been way long.
Yep.
Thumbs up, guys. 454 people in the chat. Thumbs up.
Yep. So I am. Alrighty. Okay, so I think that's good. Trying to make sure. There we go. How is the picture, you guys? Are we good? Like, I'm over here obsessing over it, just trying to make sure that everything looks good.
I don't know, guys. I think she looks good.
I'm talking about everybody, y'all. I ain't just saying, can we see everybody? Are we good, y'all? Lord knows I put on that quarantine weight, so I ain't really too worried about it.
Everybody's put on quarantine weight, even the dogs.
That's so true. Preacher, can I help you, bro? I love you, but this is not about you, sweetheart. Squishy face. Okay, so we have a lot to talk about today. Yeah, we have a lot. So we have good news and we have some tragic news. Reese, I think you should start out of respect.
So you guys, I have been missing in action because it's been a really hard year. And usually I am a very positive person. I don't usually have bad years. And so back to back to back things kept happening in my life. And then things got better. And pretty much Katana passed away. She was doing really good. And then she just took a back step, and we had to humanely euthanize her. And it's been really hard to come out and dedicate a video to it because it's really hard to talk about. Rachel's been with me like the last 2 weeks, and we've discussed it, and she's really been there. I've cried so much, I really don't want to cry anymore. And I haven't been able to bring myself to even pick up her urn. You know, it's been very emotional. So I did want to tell you guys that thank you for everyone that's been supportive, praying, donating. I really tried my best. She was very loved by my family and everyone on social media that knew her, that kind of knew her. But yeah, that's all I have to say about it.
Yeah. And
yeah.
And we both ask that everybody, you know, like it is always a very hard time when you lose an animal. So it's really important that even if you only have the best of intentions, you know, we know, you know, that everyone is cares, and we just ask that people not ask a lot of questions or like continue to bring it up. You know what I mean? That's one of the big reasons she didn't make a video about it, is she just didn't want the constant kind of stuff. She just wanted to kind of move on from it. She's dealt with it, you know, she wanted to move on from it. So we just ask that everybody kind of respect her privacy in that regard, and just know that she did everything she could. And unfortunately, there was absolutely nothing that could be done. And so the last thing anybody wants when they're dealing with a tragedy is to have to kind of, as much as it's appreciated for people to reach out and give condolences, it's also taxing to have to continually respond to people. And so just, you know, understand that she understands. And we had talked about this, that, to not, flood her with emails and things like that. Right. That's something we had talked about.
Yeah, thank you, Rachel. And I'll also add that, I kind of think that it was a blessing for her to be healthy. She had put on weight. She was very happy. She was with Morgan. And, she was with us for the first 2 months, and then she went to Morgan. And, she got to kind of go with dignity. She didn't have to know what it really was like to actually prolong the suffering. So she got to go with dignity, you guys, and that was very important to me. And she was happy. So, and I want to say that she didn't pass away from anything hereditary, or she didn't have any heart issues or any type of issues like this. This is just a total freak thing that many of people haven't even heard of. Even my vets had never seen this in a younger dog, and they pretty much boiled it down to either some sort of cancer or a deep chest infection that was, what do you call it, Rachel? When it no longer, the antibiotics don't work.
They were basically saying that it was an extremely resistant form of a bacteria that was not responding to even the most advanced antibiotics that they had on the market. It originally did, and that's why she was doing so well, and she put on weight, and then it just stopped working, and there was just nothing that could be done. And unfortunately, in order to even get a diagnosis, they wanted to charge her up to $8,000 just to find out what was wrong. So, you know what I mean? And that's just like, and they knew, we were able to find a scientific study that kind of talked about it. And basically out of, I think there were 6 dogs maybe, and out of 5 out of 6 of them, it wasn't going to be good news. And so
yeah, it's not a good prognosis, whether it was the bacteria or the cancer. It was not a good prognosis, and she was suffering, and I didn't want to prolong it, so I let her go.
Right.
But it was just a freak, very rare thing that happened, and we missed her dearly. And Morgan, she is doing well, but she's kind of recluse. She wants her privacy. But thank you everyone that's been there. So and helped, especially my best friend.
I love you, girl.
But anyways, let's move on to some good news.
Yeah. So we wanted to kind of end on a positive note. So I have good news for all of our subscribers. We did do an ultrasound on Velocity today, and she is pregnant. So none of us thought she was, but she is. So we don't know how many, but that is exciting news. And then other than that, Reese and I have decided, we had been kind of trying to figure out how to kind of do this whole R&R thing. We love the live streams, but we want to give you more. And so we have the YouTube channel, but it's kind of a weird thing because the way that YouTube is set up, there are kind of these hoops that you have to jump through to be able to really utilize it. And so what we've decided to do is instead utilize Patreon. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a Patreon for R&R. And we're still going to continue to do our live streams on the channel. So you don't have to be a Patreon member to be able to participate like you are now. But for the people that do join that Patreon account, not only will you be able to have personalized, so like we'll have content that we put up there from both of us. There will be updates about like legislation. We're going to put all kinds of updates about our individual kennels and stuff like that, just additional content, as well as do live streams on there that everybody can kind of ask things that maybe we wouldn't necessarily want to put up on this channel. As far as like being more, I would say like specialized. So basically we'll kind of probably put up a poll, ask you guys what you would like to know about, what you'd like to talk about, and we will really discuss those things and try to be as educational and as informative as possible for you guys. So it's really going to be everything that you love about, R&R and even more. And that's kind of the way we'll do it. We'll still have the YouTube channel for R&R, and we'll kind of, for our Patreon members, we'll basically be posting our videos on there that are unlisted. So you have to be a Patreon member to get access to them. And we'll kind of grow the channel that way. So anyway, so that's kind of a fun thing that we're going to do. And we've just, like I said, been trying to figure out a way to really give you guys more and kind of work within the YouTube system, because it is hard to jump through their hoops. And it's also, a lot of people want to donate and they want to help out, but Super Chat, which is the YouTube, takes 30% of whatever it is that you guys donate, and then she and I split that 50-50 between the two of us. So it ends up, not being, I'm sure, what most of you intended whenever you were donating. So this will be a really good way to be able to kind of, you guys get your money's worth, and you guys get a whole lot more content, and you get to see us a lot more than otherwise.
Yep, I agree. I think it's going to be a really big thing, guys, a really good thing, because we know we have a lot of people, a lot of subscribers that have a lot of questions that they have about their personal animals and a bit maybe about future animals, and we would like to help. So I'm very excited about the Patreon, and it will be, so it doesn't affect my Patreon or Tempo's Patreon. This is its own Patreon just for R&R.
Right. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
just to answer that question.
Yeah. And there is no like minimum amount. Like you can join for $1 a month. You know what I mean? We just want to have a place where the trolls are not at, things like that, where we kind of know that we're within friendly ground. You know what I mean? And we can really kind of discuss things. I'm wondering if my iPad is on dark. I think I can change just give me one sec. Yep, it is. Boop. Okay. All right. That's better. All right. So anyway, so that is kind of, that's our other surprise. We had multiple surprises, but y'all didn't know. But that is what we're up to. That's what we're going to be doing. And like I said, we really want to be, we've always had the idea of trying to bring, like, we have we talk a lot. We have a lot of shared interest, and we have unique perspectives, and we oftentimes meet on common ground, and we really want to be able to bring that to you guys, and on all types of topics, because we find ourselves talking all day. We'll talk about all kinds of stuff that have happened, and her husband it was his idea. He was like, you guys should just film your conversations. And it's like, and that's kind of what started the R&R. And then everybody really loved it. And then we're like, well, this is wonderful, but it doesn't always give us the ability to talk about all the things that we want to talk about. And also YouTube kind of limits the kinds of things that we can talk about, right? So there are topics that maybe are not necessarily YouTube friendly. And so we want to be able to not be bridled in that way, to where we can be more open with you guys and share and kind of answer all of your questions within reason, obviously. But that's kind of where we're at with it. And we really hope that you join it. It's not available yet, but we will make it available. And we continue to try to expand upon this venture that we're on, and really hope to be able to give you guys the value that we think that you guys deserve, in trying to be as informative as possible. We will always provide facts and studies and sources for everything that we say, unless it's an opinion. And then we'll try to verbalize why it is that we feel that particular way. And we hope that you guys enjoy that. So do you have anything you want to expand upon on that, Reese? I kind of took over.
No, you touched everything, girl. I'm just in shock that Chadwick Boseman passed away.
Who's that?
Oh my God, girl, the Black Panther girl.
Oh no! Are you serious?
Yes, that's why I'm over here
girl, we lost out. We lost out.
No.
Wow.
I know.
The world has lost a beautiful man.
Shocking. Oh my God, bless his heart.
Dang.
Yeah, rest in peace. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, rest in peace. Really? 2020? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, girl. Why? How?
Colon cancer.
Colon cancer? He's so young.
Oh my God, girl, and fine as hell. Young, fine, accomplished. Jesus Christ. This year.
2020 just keeps trying to outdo itself. 2020 is the most extra year we have ever had.
It has been the most extra year. Oh my God. I mean, this is out of the blue.
I saw somebody post today. They were like, the only thing we're missing is aliens. I was like, don't go there. Don't bring that evil on us, Ricky Bobby.
Aliens heard we had the Rona. They ain't
right.
They're not probing nobody.
Thank you. Can we sue 2020? Thank you. I would like to sue 2020 for emotional harm and distress.
Girl, the aliens thought about it.
Girl,
and
yes.
They said no.
Oh my God. Girl.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
That is so sad.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm just in shock right now.
Wow.
I'm in shock. What does that mean? not that the movie matters more than his life, but I wonder if he got to finish it. That's so sad.
Girl, if people in that price in that money bracket are dying, who Lord Jesus. Whew. I don't know what we're eating. Maybe we need to. I'm telling you, that's another reason to move to Europe, girl.
My heart can't take no more.
Mm-hmm.
It can't take no more. Jesus Christ.
It's
guys.
getting to the point where it's just kind of like we're kind of getting like hardened to it. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, what else you can throw at us? You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, like nothing else tonight. Lord have mercy.
Wow.
Dinosaurs next.
I know, right? Yeah. Zombies, dinosaurs, Godzilla. Wow.
Yeah, Godzilla. Yep.
That is so sad, though, honestly. Does he have children? Oh, God. I bet you he does.
I don't know. That would even be, it's tragic already. Oh my gosh. That's just so random. Anyway, guys, that's really, really sad, shocking news.
I didn't even know he was sick.
Huh?
I didn't even know he was sick.
I didn't know he was sick either.
He didn't know either? It just happened like that?
Girl, maybe he wanted his privacy, but everything is happening at an astonishing rate that is scary. Holy crap.
Dang, girl.
I mean, this is actually really shocking.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm shook.
Guys. I mean.
Wow.
And that was like, wow.
Oh, they said he hid his cancer for the last 4 years.
Oh, man.
Lord Jesus.
Yeah. Wow. That is so sad. We hate that it's a moment. So, hopefully the aliens are not coming now, but we're just gonna keep it moving tonight, you guys. I seen a comment on Rachel's YouTube that maybe my dogs were going to her because maybe I disbanded. I'm not a kennel anymore. Precisaura is still a kennel. We're just very sad right now. We only have like 2 dogs in the house right now. 2 of my dogs are actually, Melina's on her way to Tempo, and what's her next phase? Aria's already there.
I mean, don't get me wrong, y'all. I would love to keep, the Hellhound, but no such luck.
Yeah.
Not yet. No, they're just here for stud service.
Way, guys.
Yeah, they're just here. To visit with the boys. And as y'all know, we do partnerships like that. You know what I mean? I've used Achilles. Whenever I think they're going to be moving at some point, getting more land, and they'll have more studs and stuff like that. So we work very closely together, and so this kind of stuff happens where dogs will be changing homes a little bit and getting a little something and then going back home.
Yeah. So, Melina's a hussy, so she'll take what she can get over there. And there's a lot of males.
Yeah.
But specifically, we need her and Batista to breed.
Yep.
So once that breeding is done, I'm really hoping, if Aria has been on an extended stay, because we were off on her breeding, on her heat cycle. So hopefully she'll be coming in soon. We can breed her along with Melina, and they can come home together.
Yep.
So that's exciting news. And then on the flip side, a little bit damper of the news. So I took Jade for her ultrasound as well on Tuesday. And they did not see any puppies. She did have a very weird heat cycle. It's what we would call a silent heat cycle. So, she could have 1 or 2 in there, but they didn't see anything. So we're just going to keep an eye on her and definitely breed her next heat cycle and pray for a regular cycle, because in breeding, guys, we can make these plans, but we don't always know what the body is going to do.
Right.
And females can have funny cycles.
Yep.
So this is that type of situation. We're not seeing any puppies. So anybody that has a deposit on that litter, I can either put you in on, I can accommodate you in some kind of way. So anyway, moving on.
Yeah. That's a big reason why deposits are non-refundable, because we're not God. You know what I mean? We can't make a female get pregnant. Believe me, we don't breed to not have puppies, right? But we can't make it happen. We can't make specific genders happen. And so, anyway, so breeders take a risk. Every time that we breed our dogs, we may lose our dog. And we invest a lot financially, as you guys know, with progesterone testing, like she just said, ultrasounds, things like that. Even prenatal, pre-heat vitamins that we do. There's just a lot that goes into it. She invested in driving her dog to a different state, actually, for stud service. So, there's a lot that we put into it, and we don't get our money back. You know what I mean? So we do our best. We try our best. If it doesn't work out, most breeders, if not all, will just, figure out a way to accommodate you by putting you onto a different litter, or you can stay on that litter. I know that I had people that did the same thing with Velocity. Velocity was a tough one to get pregnant. And in fact, I didn't even take any new deposits on Velocity, because I was like, I don't know what this girl's up to, but I ain't trusting it. So I just didn't. And the people that are on there are people that I gave the opportunity to move off, and they were like, no, we're sticking it out for Velocity. And I was like, all right, you like to play risky. So,
you just never know. I have waited, I waited 3 years for Melina, 3 years. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's really worth the wait. And that's for the quality, it's worth the wait.
Yeah.
So if you really want something off of Jade, it is worth the wait. And like I said, we will try to accommodate you, but it is very normal to have to wait some time. Mm-hmm. And, if you are one of those that would like to move on to different litter, just contact me, just text me and let me know.
Yeah.
Other than that, the waiting thing is very normal, because we cannot predict these things.
And I mean, you guys know, like, I waited a year for Belladonna. I waited a year for Zoe. I waited a year, almost a little less than a year, for Vitani and Valak. Batista, I actually contacted them and I got him right away. It was like they just had him on hand. It was a coincidence. And then, did I have to wait for any other ones? Preacher?
Yeah, you are. Well, you're currently waiting.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am currently waiting. We're always waiting. So we don't mind waiting. No, we don't mind waiting, because we know, like, both of us, at least I know I have. I've impulse bought Corso before, and Reese told me, she was like, "Girl, you better watch out." But I was like, man, I'm gonna swim in these waters. I was like, I'm gonna get these Corso. And let me tell you something. Waste of money, girl. Waste of money. Like,
wasted a lot of money, taken in dogs just on the impulse, because they were available at that moment. And now I have waited probably 2 years now for males, mm-hmm. and it hasn't happened just yet. I waited 3 years for Melina. We're always waiting. Especially when you're looking for something very specific. And our programs are at a point where we really can't sacrifice that quality, and so we're willing to wait for the nice dog, the super nice dog. So, mm-hmm. Just keep waiting, guys. Just keep swimming.
Yep, exactly. Just keep swimming. Yep. And that's and truth be told, the best dogs I've ever gotten were the ones that I waited on. So you know, it sucks. Don't get me wrong, especially as a pet owner, you're really wanting your puppy, and we understand that, and we do everything we can to make sure that that happens. But you know, it is what it is. I've had some people ask about whether or not I will be keeping anything out of the Melina breeding. Yes, both of us are pretty much like the top pups out of that litter are not available. We are going to so this is a co-breeding between the two of us. So we are going to basically co-own a male from this litter, hopefully, that we can actually take over to Europe to show. That is our goal. And then I will be keeping the female, which same thing. It'll literally be everything we do together. Yeah, we kind of work together. So, pardon me. So anyway, so that's just kind of what our plans are. I also have first pick female reserved on the Aria breeding with Preacher, and you know, you guys know I have to kind of we're really trying to select very high quality. Both of us are more of like a boutique breeder. We don't have, you know, a huge outside kennel where we just have tons of kennel space where we could just keep whatever we want to. So everything needs to kind of be at you know, as good as what we have or better. And or so better. Yeah, so there may very well be a time whenever we're just like, ooh, I don't know, we're probably not going to keep off that. So that, you know, there's always that flexibility there as we kind of work together to try to get the best possible combinations that we can, so that we can be continually breeding better and better dogs. Thank you, Deborah.
And as far as Melina's litter is concerned, basically, there are 3 spots for breeding show prospects taken. I'm not giving out any breeding rights other than those 3 dogs. It's me, Rachel, and a customer. It's going to really seriously show health tests and everything she needs for a female, a top pick female as well. And so as far as looking for show breeds that is not available, but I do have some companion spots available on that litter, and I'm going to be very specific, you guys, because these are very true Connie Corso puppies, true Connie Corso in nature, in size. This is going to be the real deal.
Yeah,
and it's very limited availability. This breeding may only happen this time, for sure. This is it. So Rachel can expand on what we're looking for.
Right. So basically, yeah, we are looking for people that are extremely experienced. We cannot have anybody that just, you know, wanted a Corso, maybe they never had one, you know, somebody that's just getting out of their, you know, maybe living in their parents' house. Like, you know, we need people that are extremely experienced. We're particularly looking for people that are used to large, powerful, dominant breeds. Both Batista and Melina are very dominant, powerful dogs. They don't necessarily play well with other dogs. I know that I have Batista out with my other dogs, but I've told you guys back whenever, maybe some of you saw, whenever I brought Giovanni back over here, I told people, watch, I brought Batista out last. I said, because I told people he's going to be the one that I'm going to have to watch out for. And sure enough, he, you know, he was very proud. So Batista, I know that sometimes you guys don't always see things, but I promise you, these dogs can only be had by the most experienced people. They're just, they're sweet. Don't get me wrong. They're loving, sweet dogs, but they do not suffer fools. And that is something that, you know, we can't have dogs of this size, this stature in the hands of people that really don't have the experience to keep them safe and keep the community safe. You know what I mean? Because, like, I don't know if y'all, yeah, she heard it today. I had, like, Batista, when he's in my car and people walk by, I mean, that dog practically tries to claw his way out of my vehicle at people. You know, and this is a dog that I can take in with people, and he's sweet and he's loving, but if he perceives something as a threat, He is a force to be reckoned with. And they,
beautiful.
Yeah, and they just do require, and she knows. She's had Melina. Melina is a very, very intense, tough dog. They're highly managed with us. They're very well trained. You probably wouldn't even think that when you saw them. You'd think, oh, they're just like another Corso. That's because of the amount of training we put into them. So they absolutely can flourish in a home, even in a family home. But you need to be extremely experienced. You need to know what you're doing. You need to be extremely confident, and you need to be the alpha of your home to ensure that that dog is knows exactly who's boss and what the rules and boundaries are.
Absolutely, because this is going to require the type of home where there's investment and time put into the dog.
Yeah.
People get pets all the time, and they think they're ready to invest in training and really spending time with that animal, and then they don't, but some animals are Cane Corso in general are bred a little softer and easier to kind of so it's easy to kind of balance out, so you're not having to invest so much time in a little bit. These dogs really need your time. Need your time. They really need the owner's investment in the training part. And but they're very stable. They are just every bit real Cane Corso.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, cross your fingers for pregnancy.
Yeah. And just so you guys know, like, I would say the difference is that in Europe, in order for a Corso to be championed over there, they actually have to have a working title before they can be a champion. So all of these lines that we're purchasing, I know some people think there's a difference between show lines and working lines, and that is the case in America with many dogs. But in Europe, it's not the case. They are dual purpose, and they have to be proven as such. So these dogs have extremely stable. They do Cal2, which actually tests the stability of the line, because you have people that walk up and they act just like normal, and the dog cannot respond negatively. And then they have somebody walk up in a threatening way, and the dog has to respond appropriately. So they test the dog in multiple ways to ensure that there's stability in the temperament. It's not just attack that man, go bite that sleeve. It's not like that. So so we just want people to understand that they absolutely are extremely stable temperaments, but they are extremely serious temperaments. There is no question as to whether or not these dogs will act. And they have to be in homes where the people that have them understand that that because they will act, they have to be taught when to act and when not to act. They need to be shown the world so that they don't misinterpret something as a threat that may not be. So, and any dog can do that. Like even Preacher, one time we were at a vet, and there was a gentleman who was in a walker, and he was, moving on his walker. And the way Preacher saw it is there was a man who was crouching. He was kind of doing this whole, you know what I mean? And Preacher started to growl, and I had to give him a verbal correction that didn't, he still was uncomfortable. So I had to make him lay down. And so it's not that you can't show these dogs everything, but you do have to understand how to do it, how to communicate to them what they can and cannot do.
Yep, exactly. You have to be very serious. It can't be this tone of voice or even energy that you're kind of unsure.
Right.
So these dogs really, that's being produced that's going to be produced out of Melina and Batista, really require a strong owner. So if you have, let's just say, large working breed experience, then, and you're interested in this type of Corso, fill out an application. And my website, we'll post it on here for anybody. And I think that Rachel's also going to filter through some applications or her end, because we really want to find responsible owners.
Yeah, and we will give priority to people that are willing to do any type of I would say like obedience or any type of working stuff with the dogs. Not confirmation, that's different. But AKC will allow you to do working with a dog that you don't have breeding rights on. So there will be preference for that. And honestly, if You know, if you're willing to do that stuff, I will say you can't just say you want to. We want people that have a history of it. We want to know that you can do it. We're not looking for people that are like, oh, I want to do that. And we need truly people that are experienced and know, because we would like for people to be able to see our dogs out there. So it benefits us, and we want to be able to, you know, give you that ability if in fact you are like that. Like I've had canine handlers, police canine handlers that I will give priority to, because I know that they can handle my dogs, and I know that they're active in working sports, and I want my dogs to be out there seen, doing work and really showing that they have, you know, the wherewithal to be able to do those sports.
Yep, exactly. This is going to be an amazing, top quality litter. I'm very excited about it. I haven't produced anything like it yet, so I'm very excited to see what happens with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, moving on, what else do we have going on? Oh, hi, Liberty. Liberty and Oso.
Oh, yay.
Polo.
Yep. Colo. Yep. Hey there, girlie.
You're going to have to send me pictures of that girl. I want to see what she looks
like. Crap.
I
totally forgot to send you pictures. I got pictures of Atari, and I totally forgot to send it to you. Here.
Oh.
My bad. I asked for an update, and they sent me a picture, and then I totally forgot to send it to her. Let me see. Forward.
Oh, yeah, you got to send me. I want to see it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So any information on pricing, you guys, please fill out an application for those questions, or send us a message through our website. If someone could please post their websites on here about the pricing. We will not enter that through YouTube. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
I just sent them a text message. Or it was only one.
She looks like her daddy.
She looks like she's having a blast. She looks like she's doing really well. We love to get updates on the dogs. We've had such great people adopt our dogs that haven't worked out, and you know, you guys know I post updates of Cashmere. In fact, I literally have new updates I need to post of Cashmere, and I love it. I love the fact that they're always sending me pictures, because everybody misses her and they love to see it. And she got her. It gets really cold up there in New Hampshire, and so she has a fleece lined vest, and super cute. So anyway, yeah.
Yes, the Queen Cashmere, and Rachel told me a story about the owner. Like Cashmere will lay as long as the owner doesn't move the feet. It's just like the Queen is still reigning.
Yeah. So as some of you know, who have watched the video, Cashmere doesn't like feet. They're offensive to her, and so if you want to make her mad, you like put your feet up underneath her, because you know I would sleep with her, right? So she'd sleep at the bottom of the bed. So if I wanted to like mess with her, I'd stick my feet up underneath her, and then and she would literally growl, roar, and turn around and jump off. She gets so offended. Yeah, she would get so offended.
I heard her do that when Rachel had her. And so it was shocking, but nice to know that Cashmere has not changed.
She does,
She's still Cashmere.
Yeah. So they told me, they said that their owner, the husband, he's training her to be okay to warm his feet. So he puts his feet up underneath her and she lays on them. And he said, as long as he doesn't move his feet, she'll lay there. So I thought that was so funny.
She is living her best life. Yeah. I mean, these people are giving her a good life. She's a beautiful, gorgeous, what is it, water property, like waterfront property?
Oh my God, they live on a historical landmark. It's so old. The house is so old. She told me some stuff about it, some historical information, but I'm a forgetful person.
I gotta get coffee. Keep coffee.
Yeah. It is an extreme. I want to say it's like over 100 years old. The house is, and it's gorgeous. It's like it's absolutely stunning. The property looks like a golf course. Pardon me. And she like literally has it to herself. She has one housemate. I think she's like a mini poodle or something. And then there's a bird as well. I think a cockatoo. So is it cockatoo? I think it is. Pretty sure it is. So yeah. So but anyway, but yeah, she has this amazing property. She sends me videos. But anyway, but I can't post them because they come in not so high quality. Plus, I don't know that I want to be posting other people's property, but it's gorgeous. Like just for me to know.
Oh yeah.
Like I would want to live there.
I've seen it. I was totally. But I'm gonna tell you, girl, you're gonna be in your paradise pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
closer.
Yeah, I'm gonna be living in Tennessee. Which girl is interesting? I'm gonna have to tell you about about something that I heard today about Tennessee. So
oh boy.
It's another.
Well, we might just come to Virginia and just move across the street.
Yeah.
Just move across the street and just come be with me.
Yeah. There's like, yeah, girl, there's somebody else in Tennessee that may not really want another Cane Corso breeder over there. So yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll tell you about it. So.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I'll fill you in on the tea
when
we're
done. The whole damn state.
Oh yeah, girl.
Excuse my French tonight.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, I was like, well, okay. Okay.
Wow.
My bad. I didn't know. Excuse me.
Excuse me, guys. I'm about to say something because tonight is getting real interesting.
Pardon me. So
oh God.
I was like,
okay. Or something tonight.
I thought we could all be friends, but okay.
This is
So,
buttery.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone knows that I was importing a male from a European breeder, and I switched my deposit over to a female, and I'm very excited. So
Hold on,
now
I'm
getting an older female for my program, but no, we can't spill the tea on YouTube, guys.
No, yeah, we can't. No,
through the two-way phone.
Yeah, that's right. That's Sheena. Hold on, I'm gonna get my daughter's attention. Savannah!
So yeah, I'm not keeping a female off of Bella's litter because I'm keeping a male off of Melina and Batista's litter.
Can you get the medication for the pups, and then the water needs to be moved. The hose needs to be moved.
I can tell you, everybody has lost their minds. Everybody has lost their mind. The world went mad, especially here in America. We done went mad.
Yeah.
To the point that one person owns the whole state.
Come over here. What are you doing with your hair?
I didn't do anything with my hair. I put a clip in it.
Uh-huh.
You thought I cut my
Let me
hair.
find out. I'll leave her alone for 5 minutes. So I gotta watch out for this girl, because let me tell you something. She'll start messing with her hair.
She'll start
cutting it off, y'all. She'll start cutting it off, dyeing it all kinds of weird kinds of colors. Be like, girl.
Yeah, but it's pretty right now. I love it. I love it.
I gotta do my roots.
She has the platinum. She has like a platinum blonde right now.
I can't see you right now, but Reese can see me. I like your hair, Reese.
Bill.
Thank you. Thank you. I know you can't really see it, but thank you.
Girl, you know what's funny is I think we actually have very similar eyeshadow right now. Are you wearing like a glittery kind of pink?
Yeah.
That's what I'm wearing, girl. You and I, girl, we are always on point. I have like a brown. Girl, we didn't even talk about our makeup.
Big eyes.
We do that.
On that same.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about our makeup. And yeah, I have like a pink glitter on the lid and then like a brown shade in the corner.
I did the same thing. I did the same thing.
I knew it.
I did the exact same thing. I would tell you the exact color, but I think people be mad at me. They're like, this is not a makeup channel.
That's funny.
God, damn it.
Yeah, the puppy needs her medication.
We be out of control.
Yeah.
Thank you, husband. Thank you.
Yeah.
What you guys
So how many of y'all, just to get off topic a little bit, has listened to the song Walk?
Oh,
We don't.
there was this reaction on TikTok that I showed mom of a mom listening to Walk.
Savannah tried to play that, and I came in and I was like, "You better turn that off right now. There ain't no WAPs in this house." I was like, turn it off right now. I made it skip. I was like, Alexa, skip. Like, no, Alexa, cancel. I apologize. Let it go. Dang it. Can't hear her now.
Hold on, Reese.
Are you there, Reese?
Hold on.
Dang it.
Hold on, we gotta call
Alexa, call Reese Justice. I shouldn't have said her name.
Calling Reese Justice's mobile.
her mobile. I thought you had to talk to her Alexa.
Oh,
I said her name.
I don't know what.
I said her name and she hung up on you.
Just don't say
Don't say her name.
No, I said it's the Hellhounds theme song.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes,
That's her theme song, and when she comes, it will be some in the house.
It's kind of Blondie's
There will be some of those in your house.
For real.
Blondie's like that.
Yeah. Blondie's like that too, girl. I ain't gonna lie. She gets as much in as she can, girl. I swear to God, she does.
She's a little crazy.
Coffee with no, that ain't gonna work.
It says our connection is unstable.
I don't put sugar in mom's.
Is it back? Is it back? Are we back?
I don't put sugar in mom's coffee because I'm scared I'm gonna put too much.
Yeah, Savannah won't put sugar in my coffee.
I'll have her put it in because I'm scared because I like really sweet coffee and mom's like, no, I don't like sweet coffee. My mom's coffee is bitter.
Because Savannah likes, when she makes her coffee, she likes that thick.
Not thick. It's like, okay.
She likes that layer of sugar at the bottom.
I don't eat it.
No, the syrup.
Yes, that's how Savannah likes it. She likes it like, I'm like, bleh. Like, oh God. I can't have her make my coffee.
I'm a professional coffee drinker. I can drink it black. I can drink it with just cream. I can drink it with cream and sugar. I'm a professional.
I can't.
Yeah.
But tonight I need the sugar.
Yeah. I would say
it's not as bad as you used to do. Whenever I was younger, you used to like have coffee in the morning, every morning. I think it was like the the red little thing, like those red circle things with the coffee in them, like the types of coffee with the sun.
Oh, Folgers.
Yeah,
I used to drink Folgers. Yeah, I used to. My parents grew up with Folgers. Is Folgers in your cup?
And mom would leave her coffee out every morning. She wouldn't drink it all, and so I would sneak it.
Savannah used to drink my coffee. Yeah,
it was sweet. Like it was sweet. It wasn't like bitter, obviously, because the little kids.
I don't drink. I will say I can drink a cappuccino, but I can't just drink black coffee. I'm not there yet. Maybe one day.
Oh, guys, cappuccinos in Italy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it'll make you want to move there just for that.
Yeah, I've only ever had one place where they actually have cappuccinos like Italy. Actually, I take that back too, because I did go to a restaurant where they had them.
What was that? Was that place that we go to?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a Brazilian steakhouse. They actually had good cappuccinos, but he was taught by a guy in Italy, he said. But yeah, only one place. If you live in Texas or Central Texas, Perky Beans. Perky Beans has. I know. I'm just thinking about it. They have a good cappuccino. She knows. She hears
Rachel, it. My light. Oh my God, he didn't turn my light off. Rachel sends me some real good coffee from a specialty shop. What is that place called?
That's
yeah.
Summer Moon.
Summer Moon. Yeah, I send her Summer Moon coffee.
Sounds like Sailor.
It comes with a rubber band that says the wood makes it good. Yeah.
So it's like oak. It's oak. what is it? Oak roasted, right? And oak is like my favorite. Like whenever I barbecue, which I do all the time, pardon me, I always use oak. I love it. There's nothing else like it. I did see that Julian asked a question. Let me see. Longer and more frequent loaded videos. Thank you, Julian. Trinity, is she getting close to being off leash? Yes. Somewhat. She's getting better.
Trinity lost her mind. She went back home and she lost her mind.
Yeah.
She's bruised me a couple
She's
times.
taking the full advantage, guys.
Yeah.
The full advantage.
Yeah. My thing is like, because I have so many developing puppies right now, a lot of people think because these Corso are big and this and that they're safe, but they can get injured very easily from getting hit at high speed. There have been dogs that have been paralyzed, and so knock on wood. And so I just I have to be very careful with her. All she wants to do is run down the pups and hit them broadside when they're running. And I especially with Zoe being here, I take Zoe's safety extremely seriously. She isn't just, I mean, yes, she is just my dog, but she was the breeder that sold her to me really took a huge risk even giving her to me. She's a very special dog, and she's supposed to be getting a puppy out of her first breeding.
It's so cute.
And so I have a really big obligation to keep her safe, and I can't allow Trinity to mess with that.
You have to turn her around and show her the race.
Oh, the puppy is so cute.
You show her.
Sweet face.
Is that the little Formy?
Yes.
Is that the little Formy? Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
I'm like, I have puppy breath. I'm like, it's pretty bad.
She's looking at you like, what you doing?
Oh my gosh. So she got the full smell too. Puppy breath is the best.
And they just smell like puppies. Puppies don't smell like wet dog. They don't smell like dog. They just smell like puppy.
Yeah, they just smell like puppy. Oh my gosh.
She's gonna lick your makeup off.
That was the best.
And they have these big tongues too, like this. It's weird though, because they kind of feel like.
And those are some gigantic puppies. They're big. They're like monsters.
Yeah.
She's so sweet.
She's like,
You're so sweet. You're so sweet.
The blue one has blondie kisses.
Oh, she gets you with the underside of the tongue. Yeah, that's a
Blondie does. She'll get you with the
She'll get you with the slimy side.
Sometimes she'll get it in your mouth. TMI, but it's pretty gross. And then she'll get you like with the bottom of her tongue, like on your face, so you can feel like the bottom of her tongue, and it feels like not salami, but you know, like what's it called? Salmon, the kind of salmon that we eat at the what's it called? There's a certain salmon.
Smoked salmon.
Yeah, smoked salmon. It's kind of like slimy. It's kind of weird, but I like it. It tastes not the tongue, not the dog tongue, but the other thing.
I can't describe puppy breath, Jess Maria. Okay, like
it's
just its own thing. You're gonna have to like, I don't know where you're gonna have to experience it, but it's like the best thing.
I wonder if you can buy puppy breath. Can you buy puppy breath? I mean, technically,
you can buy it.
You can buy a puppy, and if they're young enough, they'll have puppy breath. Like the new puppy that came in, she had puppy breath when she came in. Not so fresh, but still puppy breath.
I love puppy breath. Oh my god, Rachel, you're making me so sad.
I'm sorry. Oh
my god.
She's like, what the heck, man?
It's like the cutest, biggest little puppy ever.
She's so cute. Yep, she's literally. She's 3 weeks old.
2 hands.
Oh my gosh, look at the wrinkles.
Look at the wrinkles. There's a flying puppy. Woo! Woo!
She's like,
super puppy.
Guys, it's
super. Super.
She's got eyebrows.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Okay.
Well, you know, Rachel got me something super cute recently. I do want to show it off. I don't care what other people think.
It's cute.
Once she puts the puppy down, I gotta show y'all what Rachel got me.
Oh, am I scaring you? Don't be scared.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
Okay, all right, we'll put her back. She's getting scared.
I ain't gonna put her back. I'm gonna hold her. Look at that face.
Oh, sleepy.
Oh my god.
She's like, hello.
She looks like her daddy. She really looks like her daddy.
Yeah. Oh, she's cold.
She's getting cold. Are you cold?
They're
honey
sensitive.
bear?
Oh, she's cuddling with you.
I'm cold.
They got big ears. Look at that. Oh, she's like
All
alert. Alert face.
Take the little baby.
Take the baby. Look at the puppy toes.
What a cuteness. What a cuteness.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to take a little time out for puppy time.
Well, now we gotta take a little time out for my new little thing that I got. Well, it's not little, but so guys, I collect Furbies, and Rachel got me this cutie, this cute little rare 2005 Furby. Look, brown eyes, brown.
Yeah.
So
I had to fight.
anyway,
I had to fight people.
I love Furbies.
I had to go to war with people on eBay for that Furby.
Oh no!
It was a battle, but I won. I got it.
Yeah.
Nobody beat me.
We will not be
Yeah,
saying
guys,
prices.
yeah, I collect them. I love them. This one was brand new in the box.
Talks now.
I got to witness its birth. I love it to death. I have others. I don't know if you can see the one in the background, but I love Furbies.
Her Furbies are so extra too. Like they talk crap to each other, and they talk crap to her.
Yeah,
Especially that one. That one has an attitude.
yeah, that one has a big attitude.
No, preacher.
Yeah.
I think it's a boy. He has a butt, but he's the cutest. I absolutely, like, that was the best gift I got in a very long time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. She loves Furbies, y'all. It's funny.
I'm a Furby junkie.
Yeah. Oh, Savannah, get the Skin Defo girl.
Oh yeah, you gotta get her.
Yeah, we'll show her to y'all. I know y'all have been missing her. She had a case of vaginitis, so we put her up because pregnant females, any female can get it. And I want to be very clear, vaginitis is some.
Seconds. Go ahead, show them what they did to this.
No, I don't even want to know what happened to it.
Oh no, Savannah.
So
A second.
So anyway, so vaginitis is something that any dog can get. They can get it from just licking themselves too much. They can get it from just like, touching something, whatever, like that area whenever they sit down. There's so many, they can get it from other dogs. So like maybe the person who transported the dog, she was in a community carrier. Maybe she got it from the carrier. There's no way of knowing. So it's not, you always want to be careful not to try to blame a breeder for stuff like that, because there's never, you can't blame a breeder for something like that.
Yeah, well, in the chemistry of the yoni, everybody's yoni is different, including female dogs, and they can go through this chronically into the first heat. So this is a very common thing.
Yeah.
Oh, look at her.
And a lot of
She's
times
so excited.
vets won't even treat it, but because we have pregnant females here, we had to. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
She's got so much fuzz. You got so much fuzz. So much fuzz. You're your baby squishy face.
She's really sweet, you guys.
You're your squishy face.
She's getting really big. Not really big, but like,
Are you shaking? Are you shaking? Are you cold?
Because of the AC is
Yeah. Here you go.
Oh, you're heavy. Y'all can
You're
see.
squishy baby
She's
girl.
a big old pup.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, where are you going? Ah!
Oh gosh, is that Aria?
Yes.
Girl, yes.
Oh boy, she's singing her song every time she hears me. She
Mhm.
starts in.
Yep. Every time.
She sounds crazy. She probably thinks
Where's the baby wipes at?
I don't know.
she's like, this is it. I'm ready to rescue.
Yeah. So like I said, I just want to be clear. I know that a lot of people sometimes think that whenever I talk about things like that, that it could be from the breeder and this and that. It's just not the case.
No.
The female body is very complex, and stress and things like that can cause imbalances and cause infections. So, and it literally is it's just an imbalance of the bacteria, of the natural bacteria. So just want to be very clear with people that this is not an issue related to the breeder. It's simply, I thought so too. It's simply just an issue that, you know, a lot of puppies get. I've sold puppies that ended up with vaginitis. And you just, you know, it either, if you just have the puppy on your own, we always recommend to people to just kind of use a baby wipe and keep it clean and actually see if it'll clear up on its own. And then if it doesn't, if it gets worse, then go ahead and treat with antibiotics. Your vet would prescribe them.
It's really easy to treat, guys.
Yeah.
But, adolescent vaginitis in young female puppies is normal. So like every female has a different chemistry going on in her yoni, and you know, so anyway, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And Rachel's taking care of it, and she's a pretty little girl.
Yeah, and the reason, like I said, we have her put away is simply because we have so many females in heat right now, or pardon me, pregnant actually now, and we really just can't risk. I don't want to have to medicate any of my girls, especially after what happened last time. So we just have to be super careful, and I hate it. I don't want to have to keep her separate. I absolutely hate it, but it's just one of those things where you just sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do just to kind of keep everybody safe. I will say she's almost done. How many more antibiotics does she have?
Not including the ones that we've been having, like 2. What are you singing at me for?
2?
Yeah. He's singing.
So she's got but didn't, that's it? Because I thought you gave what's her name some.
I gave her some, yes I did.
Yeah, so she probably has like maybe 4 days left. I'd have to look, but yeah.
What are you singing for? Come here. Step up. Oh, no. Oh, okay.
Bring him to me.
I can't. He won't let me grab him.
What? Girl, you better just grab that foot. He ain't gonna hurt you.
Step up. Step up. No.
Savannah, do not be scared of that bird, girl. Get in there and get him. Girl, she's gonna do the towel. She's gonna taco him up.
Oh, are you getting the eclectus out?
Yeah. So he's going through a phase right now.
He's screaming at me.
Ooh,
Girl, let me get my bird.
That.
Let me get my
Girl,
bird.
you gotta go get your bird. He told your daughter, nope.
Get over here. He's screaming.
So,
Step up.
we were off on Aria's heat cycle, so hopefully she'll come in now, like soon.
He's so mad right now.
And as soon as she's bred, ooh, look at those red underwing feathers.
People have been asking me.
He's gorgeous.
Here he is.
He's edgy.
Here's my edgy boy.
His name isn't even Augie anymore. It's Grinch.
I've been calling him Grinch because he's always in such a bad mood. Which honestly is normal because he's an adolescent. I see you. He's
so mad. He's like,
yeah, he's butthurt. He didn't want to come out. But anyway, but yeah, are you angry?
Girl, he just looked me right
angry?
in the eyeball, the soul of my eyeballs, and he just said, telling lies. He needs Auntie Reese.
I'll show y'all the sweet bird.
Look,
I'll show y'all
say
the
hi.
sweetie.
Say hi.
Obviously, he's not a Grinch, Rachel. You're not being honest about it.
You want the
What?
sweet bird?
Oh God, give me the other angry
He's
boy
not
2.0.
angry. He's sweet. I swear
That's
to you,
true.
he's
Yeah,
sweet.
he's sweet. You're
Look
sweet.
at him.
You're
Look at that sweet face.
Oh,
See?
I'm a squishy. Yeah.
He's like, give me love.
Oh, look, he put his head down.
He bows.
Oh, what a baby.
Preacher,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, he's really sweet. Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy, Enzo?
He's like, I'm gonna
You're
keep
a
my
good
head
boy.
down. And...
Are you a good boy, Enzo?
Hi, Enzo. And your bird's just like, don't touch me.
Yeah, he is. He's like, don't touch me.
I
Don't
won't bow
kiss
my
me.
head for you.
I don't love you.
But he's just
Hi,
like,
baby. Hi,
Enzo's like,
baby.
I love you.
Kisses. Kisses.
He's so tired.
You're a pretty boy. Are you tired? Are you fluffy, tired boy? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I know you jealous. You jealous now? You want some loves? You want some love?
This is the best. Look at Enzo watching you. He's kind of like, was I really brought over here just to watch you give your other? Oh, so cute.
Oh,
Sweet, yeah.
they're so sweet babies.
Enzo.
Jealous boy. You jealous
Enzo,
boy.
step up. Let's see if you'll step up. Come here. Oh, he's so cute.
Yeah. So this is Augie, aka the Grinch. And
I'll show you guys Enzo more.
Achilles, why are you so loud?
Enzo, say hi. Hello.
girl, you gonna move that hose for me?
Yeah.
No, he can't be there,
I gotta go move the
Savannah.
hose real quick. Can I
Girl, no, he can't be.
loves you.
Girl, put him in his I can't have both of them like this.
Come here, baby.
Thank you.
Good boy.
Augie.
Give me a kiss for Kate. Give
Augie.
me a kiss.
Kisses. I can't reach him. Mwah, kiss.
Come here.
No, you pretty boy. Now that you're out of your cage.
Can I just turn off the water? Since
Oh, pretty boy.
already flooded from earlier?
I'm super jelly of Rachel's birds. I'm gonna get my own birds soon. I'm trying to get a blue crown conure. That's what I'm looking for. First, I was looking for the Hans macaws, but they're really hard to find, and then macaws are kind of more delicate. So I decided to get a blue crown conure. So I'm gonna have to wait because they're kind of like birds are kind of hard to kind of get your hands on right now, especially when you want something very specific.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm having to wait. Hopefully after winter.
He wants to be held. He will not.
No, I will not hold him right now, honey. I'm holding my bird. And hold your own bird. What are you talking about, girl?
I think macaws are beautiful.
He'll be fine.
I
Just
heard
put him
they're
up
more
and then you can grab him.
sensitive to like danders and stuff. And I don't want the fact that I have so many dogs to cause like a sinus infection with the macaw. So I thought the conure would be more appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
The blue crown.
Yeah. These guys are cool. But they're the problem I'm having with him is that he refuses to eat his vegetables. I make chop for him. I make it every week. I make a new chop. And he just won't eat it. The pet store I got him from, basically they're known, they're not even like, they are a pet store, but not really a pet store. It's a bird store. They sell nothing but birds, and they were highly recommended, and they're supposed to be excellent with birds. But he was never introduced to vegetables as far as I can tell. And so he won't eat them. He won't eat chop. He won't eat fruit. He won't eat chop. And so, and he came on those colored pellets that are horrible. They look like Fruit Loops. So I finally got him off of those because the dyes are really bad for eclectus. And now I've got him on pellets, and I really need to move him over to the Tops pellets because those are not vitamin fortified, but I've at least got him off the colored pellets. And every day I make him chop. I still give it to him every day, but he won't eat it. And what I have to do is I take his pellets and I basically squish the pellets into the chop. That way, no matter what, he's getting some vegetables with his pellets. So they are very they're not a bird that you can feed pellets to. They should be just on a fresh diet of vegetables and fruits. But unfortunately, like I said, he refuses. So I keep working with him. I keep trying. Hopefully it'll get better, but that's just kind of where it's at with us. And they don't like being touched. I can touch his beak. I did a lot of like stuff with him where I taught him basically you don't want to pull away. You don't want to teach them that you're afraid of them to bite you. But
yeah.
So I kind of I'll grab his beak and I kind of give it, I'll grab it and kind of give me some kisses, like stuff like that.
He's gorgeous.
I do that kind of
He's
thing.
absolutely
But
gorgeous.
as far as being pet, he doesn't like it. Like I could kind of get away with it right now, but as you can see, he's trying to move away. He doesn't like it. So they are birds that don't like to be touched. So something to keep in mind if you're looking at it, eclectus. The African gray, you can give him head scratches and you can pet his head totally fine with it. This guy doesn't want to be touched. But what I do though is, like I said, I'll grab his beak right here and I go. I give him little kisses. And he's fine with that.
I let Rachel do the test trials on the birds, and I just listen to her and watch.
Yeah.
But I thought I was like an eclectus, but he's a little more I don't know, guys. I'm a little crazy. I really want something a little loud.
She's out of her mind.
So and a lot of personality, like something that's just a little crazy. So the Kanye's are. So
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. If I could, I would have like maybe when Savannah moves out one day and she takes Enzo with her, I want a blue and gold macaw because they like I actually really like them, but the macaws can have an allergy to the dust of a gray, and grays are very dusty. These guys are not dusty at all, but the African gray are. So you really shouldn't have an African gray and a macaw because by the time that the macaw starts to be symptomatic, it's typically too late. So yeah, so it's not recommended. So anyway, so when he's being a butt, he's the Grinch, and when he's being sweet, he's Augie.
Yeah.
He's Augie.
Girl, I'm telling you, he looked me in my eyeballs, the soles of my eyeballs, and he said you were not being honest about that. He said he's not a Grinch. He told me,
Yeah.
you didn't see it, but I got the look. He's like, Auntie Reese, I'm not a Grinch.
I mean, she's lying on me. She's lying on me. I'm really the sweetest. He's sweet after like he can be a little edgy whenever I pull him out of his cage. You know, he's like, don't touch me. Especially in the morning. He can just be edgy, but it's very, very typical for them. They all go through this really weird, just, edgy phase. Even Enzo went through it. Now he's like so sweet. And this guy is like,
Are there any exotic bird breeders that happen to be on this forum tonight?
You have two new hormones coming in.
Just let us know.
oh, really? How cool.
One of them's about this big and one of them's about this big.
Wow. I have new watermelon coming in. Y'all get a second chance.
Yeah,
Oh, how was the first one?
It's still out there. I never cut
What?
into it. I was scared, girl. It
Rachel.
went yellow and then it started to get brown and I was like, yeah, whatever.
No, it went bad, Rachel.
It did.
Nothing
It went
ate
bad. I don't know what happened.
So you guys watch. He'll let her give her let her give him he loves kisses.
He's a sweetie. You're a sweetie. You're a sweetie.
Those are
You
gentle.
are.
God.
Yes, you are.
He's always like this.
Oh
It's
my
not just because he's tired.
goodness.
Oh my gosh, your bird has hair all over his face. Oh, he's gonna bite me. He's like, don't touch me. I'm just trying to get mom's hair.
I love Enzo. Oh my gosh. He's
He's-
really turned into a sweet bird.
I know. Remember how we used to complain about how rude he was?
Yeah, I know. Now the eclectus is the rude one.
Mm-hmm. Your bird has so much hair in his face. He's just like,
Are you a good boy, Enzo?
you're a good boy.
Are you a good boy?
He's been a very good boy.
Are you a good boy? Kisses. Kisses. Mwah.
Good boy.
You're a sweetie. Yes, you are. You're a sweetie.
Oh my gosh. Look at their eclectus, girl. He is
Do you see him jealous, girl?
He's I can't believe her, the nerve.
Green with envy back there.
He's like, yeah, the nerve that she
Yeah.
has.
Like the nerve.
green with envy, girl. Green with envy. And I will say I don't always have him on my shoulder like that. I mean, I can now, but I don't, as many people know, it's not necessarily always the best idea to have a parrot on your shoulder. It's kind of a controversial topic. But nonetheless, sometimes I do with Augie, because he's okay. You know what I mean?
So he does not want to touch Enzo. Like at all.
Enzo will get him.
Enzo will bite him.
Enzo will bite him. That's why. Enzo reaches over and he's just like, he's like, I was here first, punk.
Personally, I think that her bird sometimes deserves it, but I mean, maybe that's just me.
Yeah, look at him looking at me. He's like, what are you doing? Why are you talking to him?
Maybe he's talking to you. He's like, hey, quit talking to my...
Hi, baby. You're so sweet. Look at you.
Oh my gosh, they are the cutest. Yeah, the Grinch is not having it.
See him? He's plotting on me. He's plotting on me right now. Yeah, do you see him? He's like,
turn your head.
He's like, yeah, he is. He's like straight. All the cuss words are going through his mind right now, girl. He is.
He is really not happy, girl. You better watch out. Sleep with one eye open. He is not having it.
Yeah.
He is deaf. I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had birds in years. and I can see that.
Yep. Now Enzo, hello, hi. He eats all his veggies. He's a good boy. He eats everything he should eat.
He's a good boy.
Like literally everything he should eat, he eats. So he's going to be a very healthy young man. You are a very hungry young man. He's going to be very healthy. But this gentleman back here, Mr. Augie the Envious, I swear to God, he better start eating his veggies. 'Cause I don't know.
He has been, but like not really.
And we put them on harnesses. We take them out in public and stuff. They get a lot of fulfillment and stuff like that. Are you getting chilly, sweetheart? I have my AC down too low so I don't get hot. Boop, boop, boop.
I did a TikTok, you guys. You guys should check it out. Boop. Reese, what would you say in Virginia's, like, you know how we have y'all and stuff like that, like the Texas phrases? What are y'all's?
Girl, we say y'all. Like, I say y'all all the time. I'm like, Virginia, like, it's a weird one. Like, and I'm in Central, so I'm like in the middle of like North and South. So I have a little bit of both cultures.
He's like looking at you
it's
like,
a weird
what's
thing.
up? What's up? Little does he know you can see him. Looking at your fingers.
we say y'all.
But y'all don't have like a specific thing that y'all say?
Unfortunately not, because we bougie.
Y'all don't have anything that's like specific to Virginia?
Yeah, I don't really know.
I don't think that we do either, though. Texans really don't either. To be perfectly honest with you.
I mean, I don't even know. I really can't even say that Virginia has anything, I mean, other than Virginia's for lovers.
Oh, yeah, y'all do have that. Y'all do have that.
Yeah, Virginia's for lovers. We have beautiful mountains in Virginia. It's very green. Virginia's green. I don't know, but like where I am located, I am between south and north. Like Rachel has seen it, I'm in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're just kind of a good mixture where I am in Virginia. Because if you go like west of Virginia, like that tip of Virginia, it's the part that looks like a rhinoceros nose point. My husband's from that area, and they are really like, they use words like yonder, beyond yonder, per ner. I don't even know what that means. You know what it means? So it's just, I guess, whatever part you're from, because each is different. Some parts is like where my husband's from, it like you can be in Kentucky or Tennessee in like 20 minutes. So it just picks up. We're just kind of a mixing bowl here in Virginia. Oh my God. People are leaving us. Don't leave. Keep watching.
Oh, thank you, Dion. They don't like the bird. Although I will say that's been pretty steady.
What?
That's the 579. That's where we've been at. We've been hovering around 500 viewers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, Rachel and I, so guys, you know, I had a real ghetto phone. I had a Note 9. I had broke that thing in every way imaginable, and it would only work with the pen, and I had like half of a pen and a whole pen. And eventually I was reduced to like a basic Samsung phone for the past 2 months, Rachel?
Girl, what are you doing on my phone?
Because I was
waiting
busted phones. For the
busted phones. I ain't no busted
Note
phone.
20 Ultra to come out.
Happened to your
So
finger?
Rachel and I both have the Note 20 Ultra in the same exact color, and we're giving it a whirl. So
yeah,
let us know next coming weeks, like on our YouTube videos and our separate channels, if you like the quality or not.
Girl, back up off my.
It's my nose. My
Y'all,
nose.
Savannah's trolling. Somebody asked if I have an armadillo.
We have a pet. No, not a pet. I said we have a pet armadillo.
Not by choice. We have an armadillo that has decided that he
or she, we don't know.
He or she wants to live on my property because it's so pretty. So
I got pictures of it.
Hi there. Hi, Augie.
Augie.
Hi, Augie. Yeah, Savannah's one nostril. Enzo is so sweet over there. He's doing his sweet sounds. When he wants to be sweet, he does this really like beep, beep. He does his cute little sounds.
Oh my gosh. Sometimes he likes to sound like the Eclectus. I think it's the Eclectus.
He does. He
mimics.
He mimics my Eclectus now. Yeah.
So somebody asked if I'm keeping anything off of Nirvana's future breeding. Nirvana's not my female. She belongs to Since Tempo. But in the future, oh gosh, if she has anything really nice, I may acquire it. Just depending on what Rachel has going on, she's going to keep. We'll see, but it's Rachel's female. So I know we did like a co-breeding type of situation, but when I use her males or she uses my males, it's still like our individual litters. That doesn't really give her ownership of mine and vice versa. So with that said, I can't make decisions like that unless she tells me, yeah, of course you can have one.
Well, she knows I would be honored for her to have one of my dogs. So, it ain't even a chicken wing. So. What is it? Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Come here, honey. Step up.
Guys, I didn't already rub lotion on the crescent. I would have showed you Joe. Her name is Maya Joe. But she looks like a loaf of bread. I couldn't show y'all that. Joe loves to eat, and she's really, every calorie counts. And she looks like a loaf of bread. There's a lot of lotion that I put on that body to make it glossy. If I showed you Joe right now, y'all would be so mad. Let me see. Yeah, so that's a lot of body to rub lotion on, and I've already done it.
You didn't do nothing, Cole. I don't know what that's about, but you stay right where you are. Is the Corso community as rude to Reese as they are to me? No, they're not. Fortunately,
I'm not on social media like that, like specifically FB. And if they do talk, Rachel already knows I give 2F.
Mm-hmm.
I have my own life to live. I don't care what people think and what they say. And anybody that wants to dedicate their energy to be rude to anybody, Rachel, me, other people, like I hope they realize they're wasting valuable moments of their own life, that they can take that energy and do something productive. But if that's what they want to do, go ahead, because we don't care.
Yep.
We're just going to keep doing us. We've already decided to do. We've been doing us. We was doing us before they came along, and we will continue to do us.
Yeah. It's something that we talked about last night. Like, it's kind of like, like there are children that are starved for attention. Like they have parents that don't pay any attention to them. And for them, any attention is good attention, whether it be negative or good. I used to think that people could be rationalized with, and I've participated in conversations only to realize that these individuals, it's not that they're uninformed or misinformed. They're just angry. You know what I mean? And they just, it's not about that. So, it is a waste of time to communicate with people like that. I think that there are people that are generally unhappy, and they want other people to be unhappy too, and they want attention, whether that be negative or positive attention. It really doesn't matter. And so, I think that when I told Reese, I was actually talking to my mom about it, and I was like, the only person that the Bible says, and you may not be Christian or not, but the only person that in the Bible was liked by everybody was the Antichrist. And I know I'm not that. So, that's just the reality, is that there are always going to be people that don't like us. Nothing you can do about it. And you just kind of have to accept it and just move along. And the thing that I don't want to do in my life is I don't want to spend my time worried and being brought down by people that are unhappy and negative, because nobody that's happy in their life is spending all their time talking about negative stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, that is a symptom of an unhappy life. And so for me, both Reese and I talked about it. We're go-getters. We're very active people as far as what we like to do with our lives. And we like to live life to the fullest. And the last thing that we want to do when we're laying on our deathbed is think about the fact that we wasted precious time arguing with people on Facebook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Life is so much bigger. There's so much more to do. And we only have this one life to live. And there's absolutely no point in wasting it on people that just want to be problematic. So the best thing that you can do for anybody is live your best life. Live the life that you will be proud to have, and that you will be happy that you lived whenever you aren't able to go and do what you want to do anymore. You're bedridden, whatever it is. It's just I don't want to be sitting there whenever, because that's what happens. You get old and then you're just sitting there, right? Can't do nothing. You're sitting there with your thoughts. Last thing I want to be doing is thinking about how I allowed other people's opinion of me to limit my growth, or to limit how I feel about myself or what I do with myself. And so,
because when it's all over, when it's going to end for everybody one day, the other people and what they did, like if they affected your life to where you held yourself back, you're going to have regret.
Yeah.
That you didn't do the things that you wanted to do in your life. And for us, the dogs are a part of it. They're a part of our lives, but they're not an entire, our entire lives. We have family, children, friends. We have things outside of the dogs. And the dogs, they're a career, but it's a career that we enjoy.
Right. It's
so
something
I'm not
we
going
love.
to let anybody take the enjoyment out of what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a way for me or anybody to be a creative.
Yes.
That's the beauty of being a breeder, is that you get to bring something to life that you envisioned by planning out meaningful breeding.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I want to do may not be what the next person wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
But, that's just the beauty of it. And we can come together as a community and look at each other's dogs and take them to dog shows and whatever. So whatever they are doing, I don't care, because their path is not my path and vice versa.
Yep.
So if they want to spend part of their life or all their life and hours being hateful and spiteful and mean and wasting their time, then I guess they can, because we don't care. I specifically really don't care.
And I mean, and I'll tell you what, like, coming from me, I'm not even interested in my own life as much as some of these people are in my life. And the last thing that I would want to do, if I don't like somebody, the last thing that I'm going to do is spend my day worrying about that person. You know what I mean? So, and that's what I realized is, like, I can pay attention to these haters. I can care. I can whatever. But the reality is that it's so stupid. You know what I mean? It's so pointless.
Yeah.
Like there's
it's
no
not based off of facts.
Yeah. There's no. it's not about me, it's about them. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
so, because it's fine for people to not like, there's plenty of people that train. And that was the one thing I couldn't understand. I was like, my training methods are not new. There's plenty of people that train like I do, plenty of professional trainers that train like I do. Reese had a customer who hired a trainer in her area who trains just like I do.
Yep.
And I mean, so it's like, it's like you can pinpoint all these things. And I look at it and say, well, why? Because I'm not the only one that does this, but they only focus on me, blah, blah, blah. And I had to realize that there isn't any logic in it. And if I spend my time thinking about it, then they're winning, right? They want me to suffer. They want me to not feel good. They want me to doubt myself. And if I listen to that stuff, I am. And so we just talked quite a while about it last night. And I really realized that, that especially after speaking to one of them, that just, it was like, she had all these complaints, and it was like, as soon as I proved that those complaints were not valid, she would just jump to the next thing, and it quickly became obvious that it wasn't about the reality. It was just, there was no solution. There was no nothing. There was no way of having any type of logical conversation with this individual that was ever going to get anywhere. And I just realized, like, you can't feed into that stuff. And this is for anybody out there. You have to live for you. If you know that you are being as honest of a person as you can be, and you're doing everything that you can do to live your truth and to be a good person, which is what I'm doing, right? Everybody knows I'm as honest as I can be. I'm as transparent as I can be. And I'm trying my best to produce the best dogs that I can. I try my best to give the most educated information that I can, training advice, all of that stuff, because my goal is to produce amazing dogs and to help the community. And if I can do that, then I feel good about myself because I've made a positive impact. Whether or not somebody else likes that or not doesn't matter, because I'm the only one that has to sit and think about my life when that time comes where you're just sitting thinking, And if I feel good about me and what I've done, that's the only thing that matters. And so and it's a very freeing feeling, you know what I mean, to kind of let yourself go from that. I think it's natural to care to some degree, but eventually when you realize that it isn't constructive criticism, then you have to remove yourself from it and just kind of move on. And so what you guys are going to see me doing from now on is basically just blocking. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be responding to stuff. It's not because I'm scared to talk about it. It's because there's no point in talking about it. Reese has seen it.
It's a waste of time.
Yeah. And most of the information is out there to begin with. A lot of these people just blatantly lie. And like
the most. Yeah, they do the most just to get attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so I just have to live, by what I believe are the right standards. I do everything that I believe, and I never hide from anything. If you ever have a question about why I've done something, and you really want to know, and you're not just being antagonistic, then then ask. You know what I mean? And I'll always give that information. But other than that, both Reese and I, we're trying to focus on our future. We're trying to make the most out of this life that we can. It's like fun for us. You know what I mean? Like, life is an adventure. And if you're spending it focusing on negativity, you don't get to enjoy all the positive stuff. You don't get to do all the adventurous stuff, the growth, because you're concentrating on this negativity. And we don't want to live our lives like that. Neither one of us do.
Yeah, no. And also, just expanding on that a little bit is, like I said, everybody's path is different. We're not all here to be the same and do things the same way, the same exact way, or we would be robots and not living human beings, So don't let anybody ever take accomplishments from you or things that you do that makes you happy. Yeah. Because that right there is something that you should be happy, and you should be able to have those accomplishments and feel good about them. So anybody that doesn't fit in with that happiness, and being happy and joyful for you and celebrating your accomplishments, whether big or small, take the trash out. Just let the trash take itself out, and you'll be all right. Because life is too short to worry about whatever other people think about you, and if you're doing it their way or the written way or whatever type of way. It's a damn, excuse me, cult of Karens and Kens.
Yes,
sure.
it is.
And every trash can has its lid. Believe me, they all have their lids.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So don't let anybody take your happiness from you. Yeah, guys, hit the like button. Thank you, Shay. Oh yeah, I'm just reading love yourself first. That's a good one. You have to, and when you know your worth, people like that don't bother you. They shouldn't bother you when you know your worth.
Yep. And that's why, yeah. And I'll tell you what, that's how I'm able to do that, because I know I don't have that self-doubt. You know what I mean? Like I don't proclaim myself to be perfect. I had a very rough childhood. I was in foster care, and I had a very rough early adulthood. I made a lot of mistakes, and it's through making mistakes that you learn who you want to be in life. And I know that I don't like living with, I have a very strong conscience. I don't like doing bad things, because then I feel bad about myself. So I really try my best to live my life to the fullest and to do the best that I can. So that's why I'm like, Reese has told me before, she's like, Rachel, sometimes you're just too honest. You know, like I almost have a tendency to like sacrifice myself by really kind of giving people the ammunition to shoot me with sometimes.
And she's learning. She doesn't owe anybody that. You know, you notice, and you wake up one day and you realize you have been doing you this whole time. And you're not going to start now listening to other people's opinions, because a lot of people that give opinions, they don't follow their own advice.
Oh yeah.
I will tell you that.
Yeah.
So
So somebody asked, when will Melina be at STC? She'll be here tomorrow. Tomorrow evening is what he said. Yeah.
So I'm officially feeding Farmina, guys. So people want to know what we're feeding our cats, our dogs. We are both feeding Farmina. It's fantastic food. I know that as far as like, I will say I started Katana on it when she wasn't doing very well. And it was the only food that put the weight back. Yep. And I think it actually really healed her a little bit, and it helped her feel better. And now I'll have my whole pack on it. Rachel has her pack, including her cat on it. It's absolutely a wonderful food.
Yeah, all my dogs are on it. I love it. I absolutely love it. My dogs love it. I don't have any dogs that are finicky eaters. Some of you might know Batista was a real finicky eater for a while, and Valak was as well. And now they each eat their food. They eat it all. They love it. We feed less of it because it's so high quality. Yep. Like the nutrient content is so high. The waste is smaller. It actually smells less. Have you noticed that? It doesn't smell as much.
Oh yeah. And it disappears. Like I still pick up the dog waste, of course, but you know how you like miss
like the little bits. Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't turn white. It just literally just eventually disintegrates, and you don't have to worry about it. Where you know that there's something wrong when your dog has a poop and it stays in the yard for a year.
And the grass and everything dies around it.
And then you step in it and it's like a sticky cow patty, and then you're so mad. And the Farmina, I haven't had any issue, and I can smell the ingredients. So I have my dogs on the chicken and pomegranate N and D ancestral grain. It's low glycemic, so there's not a ton of, it's not loaded with carbs, which we do know that carbs feed cancer. And dogs, canines, you know, that cancer is pretty prevalent in canines. Especially the older they get, it's like something always takes us out. So I was very happy with that, but I can smell the pomegranate in the dog food. And so, I don't know, I'm very happy with it. The coats look really good. The dog's energy is really good, which y'all know that my dogs, they go at 100. And so, and they're eating less food. The poops are really good. So, no, we're no longer feeding raw. We are now feeding Farmina. That's Farmina. And you can find it on like Chewy.com. I know PetFlow carries it. And then maybe like a high-end like pet food boutique may, or you can ask if they can order it. But it's fantastic, well worth the money.
Yep. Yeah, we love it. My cat's on it as well. A lot of you know I have a fat cat, Falcor. Well, he was fat because he would eat too much and he's neutered. The breeder I got him from neuters her cats like super early, and he's always had an issue with weight. And I feed him their neutered the chicken and pomegranate version, and I'm telling you, he can eat quite a bit of it, and he doesn't get fat. He's super healthy dude, so I'm really happy about that. And yeah, mine are on the grain-free. What is it? The grain-free top chicken. And this is something that's very important. So a lot of people are scared of grain-free, and I want to be very clear that if you do some research, the grain-free dog food in Europe caused no DCM problems. So the dilated cardiomyopathy. So very important to realize that it wasn't grain-free that was the problem. It is the amount of filler that's in the grain-free, and the European standards of dog food are much different. They're not allowed to put that much filler in it. There has to be a certain amount of protein from meat and meat products in the food. It can't be pea protein. And also, they are not allowed to use any byproducts or meal products. So there's not going to be any chicken byproduct, chicken meal. It all has to be human grade meat that's in the dog food. So it is by far the best dog food that I've ever used. And my dogs look glorious on it. And I just, I'm still planning on doing a video. I actually bought like a bunch of their wet foods to show you guys, but I'm not gonna lie, it's just been hard to like sit down and do that video. But I will be doing a very detailed video on Farmina for you guys. And so yeah, so look out for that.
Yeah, but I'm definitely a believer, and I know some will say, yeah, I can't feed it because it's expensive, whatever. I promise you guys, the 28-pound bag, it will, if you just have like one dog, that 28-pound bag will get you through the month because you feed like so little of it.
Yeah, if you're not careful, your dog will get fat on it.
Rich.
Yep.
So it actually kind of equals out to the equivalent by like multiple bags a month.
Yep.
So if you get the 28-pound bag, and let's just say you have like one large breed dog, it'll last the whole month. If you have a dog like a Siberian, that requires like, they're not big eaters. They're just not bred to eat very much. Two dogs could possibly make it almost a month on one bag. So it goes a very long ways, and it's just super nutritious, very rich, very good food. I can't say enough about it.
Yep.
And I'm someone who I have fed more brands. I have probably fed everything out there.
Yep.
Except for like low quality like brands, what I consider. I have fed like all the high-end food.
I'm not gonna lie, I tried
been-
it when the she knows, she thought I was crazy. When the DCM thing happened, I was scared, and everybody was like, feed Purina Pro Plan. Everything is Purina Pro Plan. And she was like, Rachel, don't do it. And I was like, I don't know, Reese, I'm scared. And I tried it, and let me tell you something. The dogs don't want to eat it. It stinks so bad. I think I bought it lasted like a month, and I was like, no, I'm not buying this stuff.
And I lied, guys. I told her I was gonna do it, and I was.
She told me, she was like, I'm gonna do it. No, she didn't.
I could not do it. I could not get myself to do it. I've been in the breeding game longer than what some would think. I have been in dogs my entire life. So has Rachel. And I started really getting serious into well-bred dogs as a teenager. And I acquired some very nice pedigree dogs. So, I have fed it all. I have fed it all as far as like what's considered high quality. And this by far is one of my top.
Yeah.
One of my favorites from the past, which is no longer available because the company changed, used to be the Canaday, but it's no longer the same ingredient. So since Canaday, and I even told Rachel that I used to love Canaday, but Canaday back in like 2003 or 4, I loved it. And then they changed, and I just went on this crazy tangent trying to find like the right dog food, just switching it out like every 6 months, trying to figure out what to do. Because I like to feed my dogs the best diet possible. And so far, the Farmina is my favorite. It's really, when you think about it, a big bang for your buck, because it's even higher quality of a food than what's available at like any of your big commercial or even boutique like stores. Like if you go to one of those like stores, commercial stores, there are bags of dog food that are $90 that are not as packed in quality like the Farmina.
Mm-hmm.
So the Farmina is really a bang for your buck.
Oh no, it's better than Origin, Akana, I think it is. The Signature, oh my God, that's just horrible. I tried that with Preacher because at the time I thought he had a chicken allergy, but he doesn't. And he looked sick on it. He actually did. I took him off strictly because the way he looked. I told her, I was like, I don't know what this is, but he's not doing well on it. And
he even did this crazy one. What was the Signature?
That was it. Yeah, Signature. Yeah, it's like $100 a bag. Like with tax, like over $100.
Yeah,
just for him. Yeah, just for him.
I think Origin goes up to like $90. Canaday, their pricing's like $74. So when you actually compare Farmina to that, you are getting a big bang for your buck.
Yeah, it's not even not even comparable to quality. It's really not comparable to quality.
Not even comparable. So even if you're like, oh, I just can't afford it, maybe you can, because it's going to last you longer.
I'll tell you what you can't afford. You can't afford those vet bills from feeding that bad food. Okay, I mean, let's just be real clear on that. Let's just be real clear on that. Okay, like that food is going to save you money later on in vet bills. So that's all I'm saying. It is a very, 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 very good food. And so, and I will say, somebody was asking what formula we feed. So you're feeding the chicken and pomegranate. I'm feeding a team breeder formula, so it's different, but I highly recommend, just to get your dog started on it, the pumpkin and boar grain-free. It's a really wonderful food for them to start on. It's very highly palatable. They really enjoy it. And I started off with it, and in fact, it's kind of hard. They have a hard time sometimes keeping it in stock. It's so popular, but nonetheless, even Cashmere's on it. So she started on the chicken and pomegranate, but then after she was spayed, her metabolism kind of slowed down, and they moved her to the quinoa. which is a weight management. It's like Skin and Coat weight management. So they have a lot of formulas, and some are like, if you don't like grain free, they have an ancient grains formula. And then if you really want to go, high dollar, you choose the Prime, right? That's like their top. All of it's amazing, right? All of it's amazing. But the Prime is like their absolute best. I kind of like the pumpkin recipe because there's like a bunch of different versions of the pumpkin. There's like a chicken and a boar and a
lamb.
Yeah, a lamb. And so and they also have, like, if you have a dog with allergies, they do have single protein foods as well. So anyway, so it's, we don't get any money for this, just so you know. We're not getting any kind of kickback. We don't, there's no link, there's no affiliate code. You know what I'm saying? We do not benefit from telling you about this food. We are a part of their breeder program, but that basically just means that we're able to purchase their food at a discount. They have these bags called Team Breeder bags, so they're a much larger bag. And we're able to purchase it at a discount because we're feeding so many dogs, and we're able to give our clients, anybody that gets a puppy from us, like if you were to get a puppy from either one of us, your puppy comes with a puppy kit. And so that means that it's going to have a cup and some instructions, some information, and then some samples of the food, so that if you like it, you can buy it. And then if you do buy it through us, we have these coupons where you get $5 off, and we also extend our health guarantees. So it's not like the new vet vitamins where like a lot of breeders will basically be like, we're not going to give you a health guarantee if you don't feed these vitamins. We don't pull that crap, which I believe is crap.
No, we just want you to feed, the best food. This is what your dog's main nutrients comes from.
Right.
Not a supplement. So we highly recommend this. This is not a paid promotion of any type. We just want to help other pet owners that want to feed the best and understand why it is a smart, wise move to invest in Farmina.
Right.
This is an investment, and it'll save you money, hopefully, in the long run on vet bills. A lot of issues that we are having in our country with the dogs is due to poor, just poor diet.
Yeah.
The skin allergies is one that's big with the diet. Obesity is one. There's all kinds of issues, and this is a very good feed that can get your dog back on track, that doesn't have all the junk in it. Because unless you really look into it, you don't realize. You see the pretty pictures on the bag, and you're like, oh, like this looks enticing because there's vegetables and peas on the package. A lot of people purchase based off sight, and they think, and also cost. A lot of people look at the bag and they look at the cost, and they're like, oh, I'm really buying something really good for my dog, but they don't understand that our market here in the U.S., or the industry, it doesn't protect for animals.
Right.
So
no,
this is
it's horrible.
Feed that's coming from a country that actually protects the animals, and they care about the way the food is processed.
Yes.
And what goes in it, the ingredients, where there is no protection in our industry here. And I want people to know that it's not about the price anymore. It's not about the pictures on the bag. It's about how it's made, what's in it, and the trickery that the industry uses to get in your pocket and rob you.
Yeah.
So once you realize that, it really upsets you, and you really want to get your money's worth, and Farmina is the way to go.
Yeah. Somebody asked the difference in the food. So, like with Blondie, for example, and Velocity, actually, which both of them are my oldest females, so they are going to require the least amount of calories, except for when they're pregnant. Basically, I was feeding Blondie and Velocity around the same amount. So I was feeding them about 5 cups a day. I have a measuring cup that is 2.5 cups. very important to realize that you actually need to use a measuring cup. A cup is not, your Bill Miller's barbecue, but maybe, whatever. But it's not the cup that you got from your local, favorite stop. It is a actual measuring cup. So for me, I use a 2.5 cup, and I was doing 2 scoops a day. So that's about 5 cups a day of dog food for them. And I was feeding, like her old favorite when she was back breeding was the Canidae. Mine was Diamond. Like I was when you're working with the pit bulls and the kinds of dogs that need more muscle, you know what I mean? We always fed Diamond. That was the thing. Diamond had more protein. And so, especially the Diamond Extreme Athlete. So, and that's what I was feeding my dogs recently. In fact, some of you that follow me know that that's what I was feeding. So,
yep, I said it too. We said that we've been feeding the same exact foods, like kind of doing trials with our kennels for like the past 1.5 years. We have been feeding the same food. Yeah.
And the Diamond is, like if you don't have a lot of money, if you really are strapped for cash, the Diamond is a good food, right? Especially their Extreme Athlete, the Pro 89. Those are good. They're not the best, but they're not horrible.
I would say I like it more than anything else out there.
Yeah, that we had tried. Yeah. Especially for the price
currently in the market. Yeah.
And so anyway, so when I switched them to the Farmina, I'm feeding them, I would say like 2 cups, 2.5 cups. I would say Blondie, I'm feeding her about 2 cups. And Velocity, I can get away with about 2.5 cups. So literally half as much. That's whenever y'all saw Blondie, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you always saw Blondie get fat. Whenever I was talking about it, and I was like having a hard time getting Blondie under, like losing weight. And I told you guys, like Blondie's fat right now because I had switched to the Farmina, and I was still feeding the same amount. And she got, it was bad. So
she blew up.
Yeah. So we had to cut it down. Yeah, we had to cut it down, and now it's excellent. So we're so I mean, I'm feeding half as much. And I'm spending, I would say I don't know that it would be double compared to the, like for that bag for the, for what we're paying for the Diamond. Cause it was like 43, right? For the Extreme Athlete, wasn't it?
Yeah. So about, I think it's like 42. I think it's like 40, it's something strange, 42, 43, but you guys, Jade is super active. She's a substantial female in my program. And I told Rachel it was ridiculous the amount I was feeding her. So
I remember that.
The sports mix, I had to feed her 8 cups a day. 8. Yeah. And then when I went to Diamond, I still was feeding her about 5 cups a day of the Diamond. And that's the Extreme Athlete. Yeah. And she's a super lean girl. She's just active, and she's got like substance in the bone. And now she's on the Farmina, and she's eating 3 cups a day. So 1.5 in the morning, 1.5 in the evening. And she's a very nice sized girl. And Melina, same for her. She's eating 2.5, 3 cups a day. So it's definitely like the bag will last you longer than any other food, because it's just packed with nutrients, and your dogs absorb all of it. And
it's so highly nutritional. And Morg, I was going to say, Morg Sanctum, it's not 2.5 cups 2 times a day. I mean, no. Yeah, I was feeding 5 cups a day. I like to feed once a day. Reese actually feeds twice a day. I like to feed once a day. But anyway, but now Blondie literally eats 2 cups a day. Like at one point she gets 2 cups. That's all she needs. And she is good to go. That's how she looks all healthy out there. Velocity is the one getting 2.5 cups. And it's not twice a day. It's literally just all they need. So, yeah. So anyway, and that's just, like I said, that's just me. I don't like feeding twice a day. I so everybody, a lot of people know about bloat. I like to limit the amount of feedings that I give my dogs because for me, that's just what I do. So I always put water in my dog's dog food, and I mix it up really good with the water, and I either do it in the morning. I've actually switched to the morning because I've noticed that it's kind of like fasting. If you make them wait all day, they can kind of get into stuff. They'll chew on stuff. They'll eat grass, things like that. So I like to do it in the morning and before we're really up and doing anything. Gives them time to let it settle, all that good stuff. And then, as you guys know, I typically film in the evening when it starts to cool down here in Texas, and that's whenever my dogs are more active. So at that point, they've had all day to digest that food before they're out running around, being rambunctious. I don't want to feed them after they've been rambunctious, and I don't want to feed them before they're going to be rambunctious. So for me, mornings are best. And like I said, and I make sure to add water to my food for the same reason. I don't want it to dehydrate them. I don't want the kibble to take all the liquid out. So I make sure to supplement. I kind of try to put as much water in the dog food as I think it would be taking out. So yeah.
Yeah. So we've had questions about like the raw diet, like maybe specifically why we switched off. It's because when you are breeding animals, that's when you really see the effects of what you're feeding. And the raw diet with the Cane Corsos, I'm not really sure, it's like our meats, unless you're going to buy your dog organic farm meat. It has sodium in it. It has different things in it. It's not just like fresh meat that hasn't been tampered with. I'm not sure if we're not able to offer like the protein variety, because in our market, when you have beef, you have like different, like maybe 2 types of poultry that's readily available. And really that's it, unless you can find something exotic like duck and rabbit and for your entire program, which I would only assume would be very expensive. But I'm not really sure what the issue was, but our breeding animals were not thriving in a way that was productive for our program.
Yeah, both of us had issues. We both fed raw at the same time. We had
balanced raw.
Yeah, and both of us had issues. We could not keep weight on our females, no matter how much we were feeding. And the pregnancies were not good. We didn't like them. They weren't up to our standard. We had to switch to kibble because they couldn't nurse on it. You couldn't feed them enough. And and so we don't believe that the current availability of raw is substantial enough for a breeding program. It could. And the thing about it is, which is unfortunate, is that it's kind of like how they did the spay and neuter thing, right? Like everybody got their rescue dogs and everybody's like spay, neuter. So everybody started spay and neuter. And then we didn't find out about how bad spay and neuter was until later. And so raw just kind of took off. And there's been a lot of success stories with raw. And that may very well be the case, because if you take out, it's kind of like people, right? There's people that are doing the carnivore diet, and they've removed things that may be causing issues in their diet. And that may be helping them, but just because you remove something out of your diet that could be problematic does not mean that limiting yourself to only these one things is also not going to be problematic in the long run. And so these people that are doing raw are really the guinea pigs for everybody else. And we may find out later on, oops, sorry, we weren't feeding them a proper diet, and we may find that out later. So we personally believe that you can really tell the quality of a product when you are breeding a dog. A nursing female, a pregnant nursing female, has to have top nutrition, and only the best foods will allow that. Like, you can feed a crappy dog food, and you know what? She may produce milk, but she's going to lose her hair. She's going to get bony, right? the better the quality of the dog food, all of a sudden your nursing female, she doesn't lose her hair and she doesn't get bony skinny, right? So there, you can see how much they're getting out of it. And for us, we realized raw was not it. They were not getting everything they needed out of it. There are some deficiencies there that your dog may not be showing because they're not under the pressure that a nursing or a pregnant female is. So our dogs are kind of like the canaries in the coal mine, for lack of a better term, when it comes to that kind of stuff, because a pregnant female is putting a diet to the test, and we don't like it. And those of you that watch me, you see Belladonna. I'm feeding her the Farmina. Not only has she not lost weight, not only has she not lost hair, but her coat is gloriously shiny still. You know what I mean? So for her to maintain that quality to the coat, to me, really goes a long way towards showing how high quality the diet is. Same thing with Velocity. Velocity never showed any signs that she was nursing a puppy other than having, productive milk. So, there wasn't this recuperation period that a lot of females go through where they blow their coat and they have to grow it all back and all this kind of stuff. So, it's just one of those things where we really get to see that kind of stuff, and we want to pass that knowledge on to you guys and let you know, this is why. And, I have people ask me all the time, critically even, like, why don't you feed raw, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, look, I understand that this is what you believe. This is the new thing. But we did feed raw. We don't feed raw for a reason. You can feed raw if you want to. I don't suggest it. I tell people who buy my puppies, I don't suggest it. If you're going to do it, at least supplement with a good vitamin, if you're going to do it. But I much prefer that people feed Farmina. That's just me.
Yeah. And we fed our raw correctly to the buck.
Mm-hmm.
Like the bone, muscle meat ratios are right. We were feeding the kidney and the liver,
heart, tripe,
even
all of it.
trying like different like I guess kidney and livers from like different animals. And still as balanced as we fed it and as many different proteins as we could add in, it still wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So I really can't say, and I know people are going to hate me for this, that the animals are thriving like they want to believe they are thriving on the raw.
Yeah.
Because you really don't know unless you are, I'm not saying that they're not doing well on the raw. I absolutely think, and I've seen it for myself, that I have like mixed feelings about it. You know what I mean? I think that it's better than feeding a lot of commercial foods that's out there currently.
Mm-hmm.
But we have found something that's worked, that's in the market, that, that we like better than the raw, and that's the Farmina. So, like I said, I just don't think the dogs are thriving at an optimal level on the raw, as people would like to believe, unless you are breeding animals.
Yeah.
That's
and we fought. Yeah, we fought to get Farmina here too, y'all. When we went to Europe, Farmina's huge over there, and we know breeders that feed Farmina. We know how good their dogs look, and we were like, okay, y'all need to get us the hookup. Y'all need to get Farmina over here. And it took, I would say, it took a while. Used to be, if you wanted to feed Farmina, when we would look at it on Chewy's, $100 shipping, plus the bag was like $100 for one bag.
Oh, yeah.
For one bag. You couldn't feed Farmina literally maybe 2 years ago, right?
Yeah. I mean, it just became available on free shipping with Chewy. I like Chewy more than PetFlow, but PetFlow, get your $10 coupon.
Yeah.
and put it on auto ship, you guys. So that's the cheat right there.
Yeah.
So you go on PetFlow or Chewy, you make an account, like you use an account like your Google account, but you have to make sure you have it signed up with Chewy with that account, and you get like a coupon code for like 15% or whatever. It's usually like a $10 savings on a bag of Farmina.
Mm-hmm.
So you can try it out without having to spend the full price for it. So that's what you can do. But when we were in Europe, they are not aware of the issues we are having with our dogs over here with the dog food. And so, because, why would they be? They don't care because they're not having problems.
Yeah.
So when we were over there, we would just ask them, like, are y'all having issues with DCM? Are you having issues with this issue and that problem and whatever with your dogs? And they're like, no. Like, why?
Yeah.
And we told them about our issues over here. Like, yeah, no, we don't have those problems. That's only specific to the state.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's when we're like, bingo, we need to change over.
Yep.
And it was definitely worth it.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It is, it is a thing. So I tell people all the time, if they really want to make sure that their dogs are getting some raw, you could supplement with some organ meats. There's nothing wrong with that. I recommend to people to take a variety of organ meats. So take a little bit of liver, or you can actually take a whole liver, a bunch of heart, maybe a full a beef heart, and cut it up, and literally like put it through a blender, and freeze them into little ice cubes. That's what I do for my pregnant females, just to kind of, whatever. You can even put some kidney in there. Lots of different
I add
organ
kefir
meats
to mine,
Yeah.
to like my little bowl.
Yeah, you can add a little kefir, and then you just, you give them a little ice cube of it. Bloop. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with that. But at least make sure that they're getting a complete diet, because you don't want to find out 10 years from now that actually we weren't giving them everything that they needed, and now these animals have these conditions because there were deficiencies, and your dog just happens to be the one that is suffering. And we do know we know firsthand, and I've tried to help people, that there are breeders that have been feeding their dogs raw, and their females lose fertility. That we can both of us 100% guarantee, swear on everything I love. We know people that feed just nothing but raw, and they're having fertility ishes. Their dogs don't get pregnant anymore. Yeah, they don't get pregnant anymore. They lose litters. And there was even a case where a breeder gave up on a dog, and that person started feeding even a crappy kibble, and that female got pregnant and brought her back over, fed her raw, lost the litter. So and this is a person who feeds raw religiously, like we said, to the book, right? Believes in it, like she
supplement.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, it's just not it's just bad. Like, it's just bad.
And overseas, like the breeders he's spoken to who have friends that feed exclusively raw, they have issues as well. So it's just not unique to the States. If you feed raw, period, and you have, I can only vouch for large breeders. It's not the most optimal diet, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. So that's what we gotta say about that.
Yep.
Like Forrest Gump. That's all I gotta say about that.
Ooh. Somebody was talking about a cleft palate, a Frenchie with a cleft palate. I was actually looking on I was on a whelping group. They have a Facebook group. I normally don't recommend Facebook, but there is a Facebook group for people raising cleft palate puppies. And they actually have nursing nipples that basically, it's like it has the nipple, and then it has this kind of like it's kind of like this, right? And like this is the nipple, and then it has this piece that comes up that basically covers the cleft and allows them to nurse without the milk going up in there. It is very, very risky. Those puppies typically don't make it. Even if they do, they usually have other issues. And that's why people typically do, choose to humanely euthanize them.
Because cleft is kind of linked to heart issues. Mm-hmm. So it's like, don't be surprised if, and I don't mean to sound heartless.
Yeah.
We want to save them all, but sometimes the most humane thing to do is to just let them go. I've seen people invest a lot of time and heart into saving a cleft puppy, and they usually lose them down the line, down the road, after they invested so much time into the effort, to like another issue. Like, because, you know, like I said, cleft actually is like just one part of like many other issues.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised if there's a heart issue or some other type of issue.
Yeah, they typically get aspiration pneumonia, which is where they've inhaled some of the milk and they get pneumonia because of the liquid in the lungs.
And you lose them.
Right, which is why they have those special bottles. And we're speaking specifically about dogs. I am not familiar with cleft in people. So, Lex, I'm not trying to say anything about your condition.
Yeah, not
know.
People, guys. We're just talking pets.
Just talking dogs. But what I will say is that if there are breeders on here, the person who has the Frenchie, cleft palate has been linked very heavily to a lack of folic acid. Okay, it's not. A lot of people used to think that it was just a genetic thing, and sometimes it can be. Yeah. But for the most part, it's a folic acid issue. So if you have a female that produced a cleft palate, that's fine. I would go ahead and give her one more try, but before you breed her, and while she's pregnant, supplement with folic acid and then see if that makes a difference, because you may not get any clefts. And you can research this on your own. Don't take my word for it. Just do a quick Google search of cleft palate and folic acid. There's lots of studies on it. A lot of old-time breeders actually know this. So anyway, and
then the worst thing that can happen if you supplement with the folic acid and you still produce the same type of issue, you can just retire the female. Because then, you know, it may be some genetic component to it. But like Rachel said, is that a lot of the times it is a lack of folic acid.
Yeah.
So definitely give it a try. And if it doesn't work out, just retire the female. Yeah. That's all we can do as breeders. This is way more complicated than some may try to make it like black and white. But it's never just black and white in dogs.
Oh, it's so,
or anything living. And anything living, it's never just this or that.
And like I said, in Lex, it's not always genetic in dogs. It really does have a lot to do with, in fact, I was going to put a link, but now that I remember, you can't put links in the, actually, maybe I can. I think I can. Let me see. So
like I said, it could be genetic, but sometimes, a lot of the time, it's a lack of folic acid.
Yeah.
And that's just like humans. You know, when you're a pregnant woman, human woman, that's why you take the prenatal vitamins, because it has the nutrients you need for that baby to develop. And so they wouldn't tell you to take prenatal vitamins if they didn't really think it was vital for an unborn child's development.
Right. Yeah.
Same in dogs. You really want to give what's being developed in the animal's womb the best chance. So why not just try? Because it could have been just the lack of folic acid, or there's a chance that it could be genetic. And like I said, if it's genetic, you don't want to continue that dog, that line, that dog. You just really want to just, not the line, but that specific dog.
Yeah.
You just really want to spay and pet out. So that's my opinion on that.
Yeah. If it continues to be an issue, then you definitely, because the thing about it is that and I have a breeder friend of mine that was talking about it, because I had a friend of mine who produced it, and we were kind of talking about it because I didn't know about it. I thought it was genetic. A lot of breeders do. And he was actually like, no, it's actually folic acid issue. But what he did say, no problem, Cole, is that and no problem, Lex, is that there's still then the question of, why is it that some females need to be supplemented with folic acid and others don't, right? So then you need to ask the question of, is there an issue with the female where she is having a deficiency in that area? So just because you can prevent it doesn't mean that like, let's just say that you have a female that produced it and you keep a puppy off of that female and you don't supplement that puppy that you got from that female and she produces it too, I would say go ahead and cut that line, because you don't want to breed yourself into having to supplement dogs. That other dogs don't need to be. Not every dog has that issue. So if you know, if that puppy is not like that, if they don't produce cleft, then you're good to go. But you don't want to continue to produce off of dogs that have to be supplemented, because you don't know where that road will take you. You know what I mean? You may be working into other deficiencies as well. You always want to breed the strongest dogs, the healthiest dogs you can. So you don't want to be breeding dogs that have to have supplementation to be able to be healthy. That's just the reality.
I mean, an abnormal amount of supplementation.
Right.
Rachel and I both, we use a prenatal supplement. It's called Oxymate.
Yep.
And if you're a breeder and you hear this, it's an awesome one. You really don't want to have to be doing much more than that.
Yeah.
That's the basic. It has everything that a growing fetus needs. So if your female requires more than just a general Oxymate type of prenatal, then you really need to consider what you're doing with that female.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you just keep in mind, guys, you know, cleft is like one of those things. It you know, it could have been just caused by a lack of folic acid, or there could be a genetic component. But please get that puppy's heart checked.
Yeah.
Because it is linked to other issues.
Right.
Just because you're out of the woods, because your puppy survived for like the first 6 months, it really doesn't mean you're out of the woods. I know a person that invested 2 years of time in a dog that had that condition and died from a heart murmur.
Yeah.
So the cleft didn't take it out. It was the heart murmur.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of hard work to lose the dog to that. You know, you think you're out the woods, you've invested so much. And so sometimes it's hard to make those tough decisions, but you have to think about the animal and not yourself all the time. So good luck. Yeah, good luck, Madison. Best of luck with your puppy.
Yep. And I will say that, like, one of the things that you know, there was another breeder. There was the guy that I knew, the dog also had some hip issues as well. Or no, I think she had a spine issue. So I would just
fine. Yeah,
I would just give the dog a good once over. You know what I mean? And just be very honest with the people that are getting the dog. You know, hey, this is a kind of a rescue situation. You saved it. But like, for example, for us, if we produced a dog like that, we would offer no kind of guarantee on it, because there is no guarantees on a dog like that. You are looking at probably a very high incidence of issues with that dog. So just something to kind of, you know, if you want to be like, hey, you know, I'll replace the dog, that's fine. But I wouldn't do it in a way of saying, we think this dog's going to be fine, so here's our you know, our like our guarantee or whatever. You know what I mean? So So anyway, yeah. So it's getting really late, you guys. It's literally midnight. So we're gonna go ahead and close this out. But like I said, just as a recap, we are going to be starting our Patreon account for our R&Rs. There will be a lot more content on there from us, and you know, you can ask more personalized questions, as far as like if you didn't get your question answered here, you make sure that it gets answered there. Questions that maybe we you just can't cover on YouTube for whatever reason. Lots of current events, all kinds of stuff like that. So
it just really gives you more access.
Yeah.
To us personally. So anyway, you guys, it's 1 o'clock in the morning here in Virginia.
Yeah.
I haven't ate dinner, so I'm going to eat. And it was so lovely to see you guys. Thank you so much for the positive vibes tonight. And look forward to seeing you guys at
Yep.
another episode
Yep.
of The Real R&R. R&R stands for Rachel and Reese.
Yep. And a big thank you to all of our moderators. You guys are awesome. We love you to death. So y'all have a great night, and we'll talk at you later. Bye.
All right. Good night, guys.